Recording. Okay, so let's talk about Shakeology. I am going to share my screen with you. Okay, so my idea, because we get so many questions about Shakeology and about why it is the price that it is and why it does the things that it does for people. Why is it so powerful? How is it more than a protein drink? A lot of people think it's just a protein drink. And I tell people all the time, if it was just a protein drink, then you're absolutely right. It would be way overpriced. But it's so much more than that. And so I wanted to explain kind of my nerdy interpretation of why and help people understand kind of what it does when we put it in our body. So this is the back label. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Of a Shakeology bag. And this is exactly what it looks like. This is all of the ingredients, and it's broken down into 5 major formulas. So I'm going to go through those really quick. The super protein blend. So one thing that I love, this is, by the way, for the regular Shakeology. It's not for the vegan. The vegan does not have the whey in it. And one thing I love is that there's a blend of proteins in it. It's not just whey protein or one form of protein. It is a formula of different kinds of protein, because different kinds of protein react differently in our bodies and do different things. So it's really awesome that our body can absorb all these different forms of amino acids and proteins through the super protein blend. And all of these foods aren't just, most people think like, oh, protein powders and help me get big muscles or muscle recovery. These are also superfoods. All of these, each one is a superfood. You can look up each one individually and you will find that they have a ton of anti-inflammatory properties and a bunch of other amazing properties that will help you feel great. Next is the Superfruit Antioxidant Blend. So if you get sick and you go to the health food store to look for a vitamin C supplement, if you look for a natural one or a whole food-based vitamin C supplement, I promise you, you will see these ingredients, or at least 1 or 2 of them. Camu camu, acai, acerola cherry, bilberry, goji berry. All of these are incredibly high in vitamin C and antioxidants. You will also see in that vitamin C supplement rose hips. And rose hips combined with vitamin C helps our bodies to absorb more vitamin C than if we were just to consume vitamin C on its own. So this is huge because it specifically is designed for our body to be able to absorb it very easily, and it promotes has a lot of benefits for our heart, for blood pressure. If you research Shakeology and blood pressure testimonials, or Shakeology and cholesterol testimonials, there's a ton out there of people who were able to reverse their heart disease just by adding Shakeology to their daily routine. And this is one of the reasons. It's because of this blend right here. Antioxidants are also awesome for any kind of damage. Like, it's amazing for your skin. It's amazing for any kind of inflammation in the body. Any chronic illness, with any chronic illness, there's always inflammation in the body. So having extra antioxidants every single day in your body will help, I promise you, in more ways than you can imagine. Okay, next is Super Green Phytonutrient Blend. So this is your green powder. For so many years now, it's become more popular to have some sort of green powder in your green smoothies, or to just choke it down with some juice in the morning. We all know that if it's green, usually it's healthy for you, unless we're talking about like green Skittles or green M&Ms. Usually, for the most part, green powders are really good for you, and they're loaded with a ton of stuff that most people don't understand, but they just know that it's good for them. So if you look up these individually, you'll see how incredible the benefits are. Moringa is a huge one that is loaded with so much life-giving power, so much anti-inflammatory properties. Sorry, my kid's throwing toys in the background. Chlorella, one of the specific things about chlorella that I love is chlorella has a property that's very unique in that it acts like a magnet to toxins. So we all know that whether it's through the water that we drink, the food that we eat, the air that we breathe, we are surrounded by toxins. They're going to get into our bodies somehow. And whenever we do any form of exercise or natural detox, even if that just means drinking more water, our body, in order to protect itself, it actually can create fat cells to surround a toxin and store it away. It's how our body, it's one of our survival mechanisms. And so that's one of the reasons why if you lead a toxic lifestyle, most likely you're going to be overweight. And if you don't remove that toxic lifestyle, you won't be able to lose the weight. That's a whole nother topic that I can go into. But that being said, as you're trying to get healthy and you're releasing these toxins, if you do not properly eliminate them from your body, they will recirculate and it can make you feel sick. It's one of the reasons why people who start an exercise program can get sick quickly, or like within the first week or two of starting their exercise program, because their body's detoxing. So I love chlorella, and then it acts like a magnet to toxins to eliminate it from the body. It's really good at eliminating heavy metals. So if you're exposed to heavy metals, again, like if you have the silver fillings in your mouth, or through water and just our daily living, there's a lot of metals in vaccines and things like that. So chlorella is really powerful to help your body eliminate those. Spirulina, incredibly high in protein. It's a super green algae and a ton of properties there. And then obviously wheatgrass, all these different grasses are really, really good. Also, for those of you who don't know, the pH scale in our bodies is really important. If you don't know anything about it, I highly recommend you research it. Just look on Google or Pinterest and learn about the acid-alkaline difference in the body, and I think you'll be surprised that no disease, no cancer cell can live in an alkaline environment. Alkaline means there's more oxygen in the environment. And this super green blend will really help your body alkalinize itself. The things that are acidic, they create an acidic environment. Sugar, gluten, processed foods, coffee, soda, those kinds of things. All the junk food creates an acidic environment. All of the vegetables, surprisingly lemons and limes, help create a very alkaline environment. Water, things like yoga, anything you think of that's really helpful to be healthy is going to help create that alkaline environment. Okay, this is my favorite part, the adaptogen blend. I don't know why, I just think it's so amazing. I think it's because I've never seen anything like this in any kind of complex formula. I, for a while now, for years, have been taking an adrenal gland supplement to help with stress management because life is stressful. And that's what this blend does. This right here, this blend is mostly responsible for helping with balancing hormones. And what I love about it is so many people have thyroid issues or adrenal gland issues, metabolism issues, infertility issues. There's so many hormonal issues out there. And if you do not address your adrenal glands and your thyroid and your stress management of your body all at once, they're always going to be draining each other. So many people who have thyroid issues end up on thyroid medication and are never told about their adrenal glands. Your adrenal glands are responsible for your fight or flight, for the cortisol that's released in your body when you need that extra go juice. So if you're in the woods and all of a sudden you see a bear, you like imagine that in your brain, and you know in that instant you will be able to run faster. You're going to be shaking because you have so much adrenaline in your body, right? And that hormone is controlled by your adrenal glands. They sit on top of your kidneys. They're very small. They're like this big. And they have a very intimate relationship with your thyroid. Your thyroid is right here. Your thyroid regulates metabolism, your other hormones. It's all very intimately connected. And so like I said, say your thyroid's a little bit weak, but your adrenal glands are super weak. Well, your thyroid is going to drain your adrenals. Your adrenals are going to drain your thyroid. And if you only treat one, the other is always going to be sucking the power from the other. Does that make sense? So I love that this blend helps to nourish both. It's not a medication that it will control it, but it's going to nourish both to function how it was designed to function. Ashwagandha, astragalus, and schizandra and tulsi specifically are really incredible for those properties alone. And then maca is really good for all of our sex hormones like testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. Maitake, reishi, and the cordyceps, these three are super mushrooms. So they're incredibly powerful for fighting cancer cells, things like that. Like there's literally studies on them. And I mean, look them up if you want to. They're very fascinating and they're very amazing to boost the immune system and help you be balanced and healthy and strong. So I love those so much. Okay, and then the last one, the digestive blend. So this comes with pre and probiotics and digestive enzymes. And so this is your probiotic. Your yacon root is a prebiotic. Prebiotic feeds the probiotics so they can be strong. And then the rest in here are enzymes. Amylase, cellulase, lactase, lipase, protease, bromelain, papain. These two are from fruit, from papaya and pineapple, and they're super powerful. And I believe, I haven't studied enzymes in forever. I believe amylase is to digest carbohydrates. Lipase is fat. Lactase is like the whey, the milk protein. Protease is protein. I can't remember what cellulase is for, what it helps digest, but super important because some of the best, most effective, more integrative doctors out there will tell you that all disease begins in the gut. And it makes sense when you think about it because, have you heard that statement, you are what you eat? You actually are what you absorb. Because in our gut, think about it, why do we eat? Obviously to get vitamins and nutrients, have energy for the rest of our body. Well, we have to eat it so our body can process it, and then it gets into our small intestine. Our small intestine is lined with these microvilli that are like hair, fingers, structures that line all of the small intestine. And what those little fingers are responsible for is absorbing the nutrients that have been broken down from the food that you ate. And if those are damaged, like they are with a lot of chronic illness, chronic digestive issues, or if you develop leaky gut where basically you're not digesting your food properly and it creates little holes in your intestinal lining where your small food particles can leak out randomly into your abdomen and create a lot of food allergies, sensitivities, a lot of digestive issues. If that's happening, you are not absorbing your nutrients like you should. And if you aren't absorbing your nutrients like you should, you're not going to feel good. You're not going to have energy. Your body's going to suffer because it's not getting what it needs in order to function properly. And so these enzymes and probiotics are super important because probiotics basically act like little soldiers that go up and patch the intestinal lining, patch the holes in the intestinal lining, and they create a healthy environment for a healthy digestive system. If you do not have a healthy digestive system, your immune system will be weak, your hormones are going to suffer, and it's eventually going to take a toll on your whole body. A lot of people don't realize that even if they don't feel like they have digestive issues, if they have other issues like chronic fatigue syndrome, I would always recommend to my clients to look at their digestive system, what they're eating, remove some of the big offenders like gluten, dirty dairy, or sugar, processed foods, those kinds of things. So hopefully this helped. I know this is a lot of information. Let me see if I can get out of this here so I can see you guys again. Whoa, here we go. But I think it's important because I have noticed like my energy levels are so much better. Like I've said, now with a 1-year-old who hasn't slept through the night in a year than they were before I ever was pregnant. So it's pretty cool that for me to be able to genuinely say that and mean it and for my husband to feel the same. So it's been awesome for us, and that's why I want to shout it from the mountaintops. And I think that's why. Do you have any questions, Lex, or anything that you wanted to share about it?
I wanted to add, like, I do have fibromyalgia, and I've had major fatigue problems, like hit a wall 2 to 4 in the afternoon, and I noticed a huge increase in energy. So
wow,
yeah,
that's so cool.
I definitely noticed a difference.
I love it. And how long have you been using Shakeology now?
A little over 2 months.
That's so awesome.
So I could, like, the 3rd week, I was like, oh, for sure, notice a huge difference. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, it's been really good.
I love it. It's magic. It's a miracle in a bag.
Yeah. It feels like it, huh?
It does feel like it. I agree. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.